So the key thing is here tonight is really, it's not about anything else apart from how do you develop your business going forward. So there's many environments and many sort of platforms, including the Rightmoves out there. What we had established originally was we had investors coming through us. These were trained investors. These were investors from afar. These were UK investors. And ultimately, the sourcing agents were finding properties on the ground, uploading them. And from my perspective, that's nice, but it's not a sustainable business model. And you'll see the power of what we've created now, which at the end of the day allows you to be very secure in all aspects of your business as a sourcing agent. So we decided to make a change, and that change was very simple. We would white label this service. So at the end of the day, we weren't hiding the sources anymore. The sources are the lifeblood of this. And the key thing about it is you've got your own brand, you've got your own person, you're competing in a marketplace against other sourcing agents. How do you become recognized as the go-to? And one of the ways we wanted to do this is to use SI as the backbone so you get efficiency in your business model. Not just having access to investors from Sourcing Investments, the global reach, but also you have the capability of when you're going to your local networking groups, your own Facebook marketing, your own LinkedIn marketing, where do you have the ability to land people to see your live deals, to actually for them to register so you can get their email addresses, their phone details, and ultimately giving them a little bit of a barrier to value you. Because at the end of the day, it's okay posting stuff, and I'm going to use the analogy throwing poo at a wall and hoping it sticks. This is about efficiency. I'd rather be able to give you one investor who is 99% ready to go than have 15 people contact you who are not ready, because that's going to waste a lot of time for you, and ultimately you'll be a busy fool. So this is an example of how it actually works. So very simply, this is Ryan from I Am Homes. Ryan came to us in just before COVID, but this is Ryan himself. So this is Ryan, and this is his I Am Homes white label personalized page. As you can see, he's got branding on the top left. This can be altered and changed to how you want it to be. And ultimately what it's doing is showing who he is. It's showing what his average response times are. It's giving the client or the potential investor a very clear understanding of who he is and showcasing that he's got his compliance, he's got his additional compliance if he wanted to go down that route, but at least has the minimal. And so in 2019, he took 2 training courses to do sourcer courses. From his perspective, and this is a very common occurrence that we find, unfortunately, with a lot of places, there isn't any genuine support afterwards. He wasn't quite sure how to...
I don't think Ryan's one of our clients. I think it was someone else, just to be clear here.
Yes, he was, just to be very clear. Yeah.
We have a great support community. Just wanted to say thank you anyway.
So he wasn't sure how to apply the knowledge, and the key thing is, all right, it's having theory, but the key thing is, and Simon, you'll definitely sort of, agree with me on this, it's all right having the theory, but it's how do you then apply that operationally, which is always a sticking point for a lot of people.
Completely, yeah.
And it was a real confusion from himself on how to execute their business. And one of the big things that he had found, where obviously, there's the premise of throw it out there and the money will follow. Well, that's not strictly true, because there are a lot of people out there who are tire kickers, and he found it very hard and was wasting a lot of time, and he was very despondent. And a lot of times this despondency and ultimately all of the aggro around it can lead to a lot of high risk for investors dealing with people who want to cut corners and not do their compliance, and a lot of disappointment for both the sourcer and the investor. And you don't want that building that business that you actually relies on both. So just to highlight here and what's come up, this is actually just showing, again, a sort of a zoomed in view. And ultimately, you, the sourcer, are responsible for your compliance, and you're showing it to the world. And so we help monitor that, but at the same time, this is an ecosystem for you to be able to use it as a CRM, so which is a customer relationship management tool to deal with many investors for your deals. So he joined us and was introduced to us on the 2nd of April. So again, I'm going to be highlighting that this is during COVID. So all of the conversations that I have with people around, oh, the market wasn't moving, oh, I can't get down to see properties, which was true, but a lot of our active sources, so currently we have about 35 active on the system, which are providing a lot of deals for the investors. But the key thing is they were continuing to network. They were continuing to drive their funnel, even though they couldn't see them at the point that they could go and see the properties. The key thing is they were ready. So it's really down to an attitude. So from Ryan's perspective, he uploaded his first deal on the 8th of April, obviously a little bit skeptical, and he had 2 offers on the 9th of April. And I'm showing you those 2 offers. And what you can see very simply on your screen is 2 investors, both internationals here in this case. We know them very well. One of them decided to verify themselves, as you can see, and I'll go into that, what that means. And an offer was made, and the whole system is built for the offer and also the money flow, which I'll go into later on. The sale was agreed 1 day later with the vendor, and now from his perspective, he's using the entire system for his own clients as well, using the white label service. And this is the people that we want to find, the people who want to make a difference and actually grow a business. There's a lot of talk, there's not a lot of action. So what I'm showing you here is, again, is a highlighted thing of what the system can do for your own clients if they are bothered to verify themselves. That includes, do they have funds available, a UK company set up, a UK bank account, and all of this means that when they come to you, that you know that they are ready. And they may have a few extra questions around on the information that you've uploaded, but at the same time, this is about efficiency. And this highlights exactly what we deliver. So what is possible as a real life sourcer? So we have a very good example, a 27-year-old from Doncaster who was an ex-surveyor. All he had was a laptop, a phone, and access to SI. He didn't actually even need a car to get to the properties because he did most of his sourcing around Doncaster. And in year 1, sourcing fees and project management fees, he had generated £63,400. That is what is achievable. Absolutely. It really comes down to, are you going to get out of bed in the morning and apply what you've learned with the capability of what is out there? And if that capability is sourcing investments, then brilliant. So what does it mean when sources actually overcome their blocks? Well, to date, the value of sourcing fees generated through sourcing investments is 2.6 million, with an average sourcing fee of £3,800. We're a data business, and the amount of data that we have is very substantial. And for the first time in this entire marketplace, including way beyond Rightmove, is understanding what happens between people and investors and the agents on the ground. And we have that in bucket loads, and that gives us a massive competitive advantage.